Hello, everyone, and welcome. Really thrilled that you've joined us today. We have an awesome presentation and demo in store for you. Just going to give everybody 2 minutes to filter in, and then we will get started. Thanks for your patience. If you are just entering in, welcome. Just going to give everybody 1 more minute to filter in, and then we will get started. All right, looks like we can get started now. Thank you again for joining us. We're really excited that you're here. If any questions do pop up during the presentation or the demo, please feel free to just drop those in the question box on the right-hand side control panel, and we will be sure to get those answered for you. At this point, I am going to turn it over to Jim Mason.
Thank you, Madison, and thank you all for joining today. Testing is critical in maintaining an adaptive defense, but most organizations neglect to do it, leaving them exposed to threats and potential compromise. There are major hurdles organizations need to overcome for testing to be actually accessible. And AttackIQ Flex resolves these obstacles through an agentless test as a service model. Today, you'll receive an overview of AttackIQ Flex and how you can use it to test your security controls for free. Now, while testing security controls is a recommended practice, there are a number of challenges organizations face when attempting it. The first is price. The average cost of a red team engagement can range from $25K for a small scope engagement to $40 to $100K for a broader test. If they opt for an automated solution, organizations find that the price is often prohibitive. Second are the fast turnaround requirements. When testing their assets and security control configurations, customers want results fast, enabling them to make any necessary changes. This is especially true during high-profile, fast-moving attacks. Taking weeks to get through a manual assessment will not satisfy these requirements. Another is the testing complexity and skills gap. There is a lack of security control testing expertise. There simply aren't enough personnel with the required red team skill sets to test everything. Also, external red team engagements are expensive, invasive, and require extensive onboarding. Finally, there's a lack of visibility. Automated breach and attack simulation platforms, they typically require host-based agents in order to run assessments. This can be impractical in air-gapped environments, dark sites, merger and acquisition situations, or when a third party is managing the customer's environment, making agent installation improbable. All of these can result in a lack of visibility. AttackIQ Flex is the industry's first agentless breach and attack simulation solution that allows anyone, including those without cybersecurity experience, to run complex security control testing. Think of this as a red team at the click of a button. Imagine if you could perform the same type of testing at less than a fifth of the cost without any of the risks, planning, or time to implement. That's what Flex provides. Answers to those security validation questions to anyone, easily, quickly, and cost effectively. AttackIQ's Flex solution is very simple. Upon sign up, customers are automatically provisioned their own Flex portal. The portal hosts test packages that are downloaded to and run from the endpoint of your choice. Test packages are bundles that include various tactics, techniques, and procedures for you to execute and run to test the security controls, such as antivirus, endpoint detection and response, and next-gen firewalls. Now, these Flex test packages emulate real-world attacker behaviors, but they do so in a non-intrusive manner. While live malware samples are saved locally, they are never executed. Also, any staged files used during the test are promptly removed during the cleanup process. In Flex 1.1, we've added a number of interesting enhancements. So since the initial launch of Flex, we have added these enhancements to provide customers with an even easier path to testing, along with some more advanced capabilities. Two of the challenges to security testing that we mentioned earlier were price and turnaround time. AttackIQ Flex has a currency concept called Flex credits, which customers use to view the results of their executed packages. In Flex 1.1, we're now offering free Flex, and this includes perpetual access to AV endpoint and content filter testing, along with a rotating, regularly curated adversary campaign that Flex users can run for free. No credits required. Customers will also get 8 free Flex credits upon signup, giving you the ability to run additional baseline tests or adversary campaigns of your choice. We've introduced some streamlined UX updates, a more intuitive workflow for users, also a simplified self-service way for customers to sign up via LinkedIn. Another challenge we're addressing in Flex 1.1 involves organizations that wish to test command and control callback. So this is where an attacker beacons back from their compromised host, but the customer actually does not want to run traffic through their firewalls and perimeter defenses, as that can get kind of noisy. There are also cases where customers may not want to run the actual code of aggressive adversary TTPs. Now, think of Eternal Blue as an example of this. Typically, an organization would need to schedule product downtime, narrowing the window of when they could actually test, as these types of tests can be disruptive as well. So in Flex 1.1, we've added a next-gen firewall test package that uses PCAP replay to emulate the attacker activity. Other Flex packages use AttackIQ's Python-based script scenarios to emulate activities. Now, packet capture, also known as PCAP, replay uses an actual recorded example of attack traffic on a host and replays that past security controls, such as next-gen firewalls, without actually executing the code. This gives customers added flexibility in how they test. If there's a sensitive server that management is really worried about running code on, for example. It also means that customers can run tests more frequently and without needing to schedule server downtime. So now let's take a look at what you can do with Flex. To get started is really easy. Just visit us at attackiq.com. And on the main page, there's an option to sign up for Flex. And if you opt to sign up for Flex, you then have the option to create an account. So you can enter a first name, last name, email, and your company to continue, or you could continue with LinkedIn. So if you opt to do that, then we will prompt you to enter your information and essentially say, can AttackIQ use your LinkedIn profile to create your portal? And if you do that, we'll automatically create the portal and you'll receive an email that will let you know that your AttackIQ Flex portal has been created along with your 8 included Flex credits. You'll either click on the button or copy and paste this link into a browser. Then you'll create a password. And once you do that, you'll have your portal available. Really simple. So we'll take a look now at what you can do with Flex. There's a Getting Started tab, and within the Getting Started page, we provide a little background on what AttackIQ Flex provides. And then the simple steps So as you can see, just 3 easy steps to running assessments with Flex. You'll download a test package. You'll upload the results. And when you run a test package, it creates an encrypted JSON file. And that includes your results. And then you view the report. For the included free packages, there's no credits involved. If you choose to use your 8 credits, then you can, of course, at that time, take those and you use your credits to view the results. We also have included a FAQ, or frequently asked questions. So, needless to say, as simple as this is, you may still have some questions, such as what a Flex credit is, or what a test package is, the safety of Flex, and cleanup utilities and such. The next step is to go to the home page. And you'll see in the home page, we have the actual featured packages. And you'll note here we have Gallium operated taint of love. That's free. That's an example of an adversarial campaign. The security control baseline to test your endpoint antivirus running on your endpoint. That's also free. We do have an example of the next-gen firewall that I mentioned. This one uses PCAPs to test your firewall. To know more about a package, simply click on the View More. We'll provide a description of what that package contains, along with scenarios that will be executed as part of that package. You'll also note the supported OS that the package can be run on. If you scroll down, you'll see other available test packages, including additional free test packages. Again, to learn more about what a particular package will do, just click on the View More tab. Running these packages is really simple. If we just download a package, for example, you'll be prompted on the usage instructions. Simply execute the file on your endpoint. You'll see a command prompt that'll happen automatically. And then there will be a zip file that you will upload to the Analyze page. You do have the option to never show this message again. So the package download will start at that point. They are typically going to be deposited in your downloads folder. And then you have the option to run the package. So you'll see there, Tainted Love. To run it, double click, run, and automatically AttackIQ Flex will unzip the package, all of the contents, the scenarios. It will run them automatically from that endpoint's perspective. It will clean up everything after it's run, and then provide you with the output files. So you see some examples here of some previously run packages. To take a look at your results, click on the Analyze tab in your Flex portal. And you can upload a package report in order to check this out. So let's see, I'll type in EDR here, for example. So you can provide a little label and then click to upload one of your previously run output files. Click Analyze. And you'll note that the upload is successful. So once you upload a package and it is the results have been analyzed by Flex, you have the option to open it up. So we have our content filter, for example. So we'll click there. That one is free, no credits involved, and you have an example of a report. So within these reports, we'll provide a little bit of background. So there's an executive summary that'll tell you what this particular package entailed. We'll show you your effectiveness score. So everything that was executed by that AttackIQ Flex package, whether or not your security controls were able to interdict. You'll see the average score there in red. So it's a bit of gamification with Flex. Everyone that's run this particular package, this is the average score and how you compare to it. Go down to assessment scope. You'll see that 29 tests were actually run on this test point. And then we show you the testing methodology. So one of the most important components of Flex is that it's agentless, also known as a dissolvable agent. So I mentioned there's certain environments such as dark sites, situations where you may have air-gapped or M&A activity, and there's no way to deploy an agent in the classic VAS solution. So here, this is agentless. Everything is self-contained within these Flex packages. If someone asks you what exactly happens, these are the steps. So we like to include that in the report. So everything from activation of the package to execution of the underlying scenarios, the activity on the host that you saw when we launch, along with the post-test cleanup, where all vestiges of the files involved with the Flex package are removed. And then lastly, the results in the form of reports such as this one. We'll also show you the package details. So everything, in this case, we're talking about web content filtering, where we're downloading variants of malware and such. And then we'll show you your results for each scenario that was run. This enables you to very quickly ascertain your security control efficacy, and then also areas where you may need to shore some things up. If there are scenarios where you are unsuccessful in stopping that particular emulated activity, AttackIQ provides recommendations and mitigations. And those mitigations can be in a number of different formats depending on the type of activity that we were emulating. I also wanted to show you an example of the network control validation assessment report. Just to give you some context on how to run the PCAPs. And this is also an industry first. The way that we do it is totally transparent to the customer, and nobody has to configure anything or do anything. All of this happens within Flex. And so a type of testing that's very complex at its core is made easy by Flex. And so you can see, again, a very similar format in terms of executive summary. We also have some updated graphics. And you can also see the PCAP usage for the next-gen firewall testing here. So that concludes this demonstration. I'll turn it back over to our moderator to see if there are any questions. We thank you for joining us for this, and it's very exciting to us. We hope that you have seen some things that are of interest to you. Madison, back to you.
Thanks, Jim. I think we do have a few questions. I sent those to you over on our control panel, so if you want, you can take a look and answer some of those in there.
All right. All right. So yeah, there was a question. Just signed up for an account. The credits expired 12/1/2023. Yeah. So that the 60 days is the default. 30 to 60 days is the default. Is there a way to extend that date within your Flex portal? You actually do have a way to contact support. And let's see, AttackIQ to presenter. If I want to run the same test, very good. If I want to run the same test with the same report on two servers, does that count as 1 or 2 credits? So it's actually a very good question. So let's go back into the platform itself. And so within the platform, if you run a test package, you can run that test package on the same endpoint or multiple endpoints multiple times. If it's a free package, you can run it on either of them because there are no credits involved. If there is a package that you run that costs credits, you only have to pay those credits when you wish to view. So here's an example of that. So I run this EDR package. If I run this package 10 times, but only one time when I choose to view it, will any credits be deducted? Any other questions there? I don't see any others in the chat. Oh, here we go. Do you have an MSSP program? And so I would actually redirect that. We have a sample or type of MSSP program. What it really is a partnership program. So I would redirect that to Carl Wright. And that is Carl Wright at attackiq.com for details on that. And do the tests include Lazarus Group, oil rig, Russian Nobelium, Turla? Okay, so I believe that's a question around the free tests. Again, if you go to test packages, you'll see that there are a number of different adversarial campaigns, such as Lazarus Group, Kimsuki, oil rig that you mentioned, and you'll notice that those are 5 credits. So the first time that you get Flex, you have 8 credits. So you could theoretically use 5 of those credits to run oil rig or Lazarus Group. And then you could use the remaining 3 for packages that cost fewer credits, such as the endpoint EDR baseline. But there you see Turla. So the advanced packages, they typically cost 5 credits for the adversarial campaigns. But you would be able to test at least one of those upon signing up for Flex initially. All right, and there's a cost per credit. So when it comes to the cost of credits, contact us at sales@attackiq.com. We do have packages of credits available if you wish to extend. And even at their highest level, they are considerably less expensive than a red team test even. But definitely for the proper pricing, contact us at sales@attackiq.com. And I believe that is it.
Yes, sir. That is all the questions that we have in the chat. Thank you so much, Jim, for such an incredible presentation. That was
You're very
really
welcome.
awesome. And thank you, everyone, for your questions as well. It was great to have some of those. Yeah, anything you want to finish up with, Jim?
No, that's it. Thank you all for joining us for this presentation, and have a good afternoon.
Thanks, everyone.